we showed you the home runs by the Yankees. So the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the Guardian lineup do not yet have a hit. So the bottom of the lineup is getting it done. And the big hit by Rocchio, a home run. It's a 3-3 game, an important game for the Guardians because they're only 2.5 up now on the Royals and the Twins. They had a bigger lead, a much bigger lead, but they're not playing very well lately. So that's the deal there. We also have a 3-3 game in Houston and a 1-1 game in Atlanta. Let's go there now to Atlanta. Wheeler on the mound and Arcia at the plate. I'll dig into that after this.
He will not get a 6th strikeout, but it will be another pop out off the bat of Orlando. And the Braves are set down in order.
Chop, going to be a tough play. Backhanded by Peraza. The throw to first not in time. Schneemann picks up an infield hit.
Yeah, I fought it off the other way, and with the shift going on, Peraza really had no chance. Kind of a backhand play, and he has a tremendous arm, but just no chance.
Pitson Naylor is a strike. Now, a little bit of a managerial game of chess here. So you bring in the lefty. They're a lefty-laden lineup. Do you start your turn around now? But then Boone would bring in his righty. So it's still early enough in the game that Vogt's not doing that. He's going to keep his lefties against Hill.
See the way it happens against lefties with that release point. You just pick up the
fly. He's on his way to third. He's going to score easily. And Jimenez pulls into second base with an RBI double. And the Orioles tack on another run. It's now 7-1.
Boy, the Orioles got some guys that can burn around the bases.
Looked like he was stuck in the mud there.
Liner to left center field, and that's going to get past Varsho, and De La Cruz can fly. He is racing around second and on his way into third with a stand-up triple.
Well, many people will agree that the triple is one of the more exciting plays in baseball. We've seen a few of them here tonight, but when you see this man run and turn up a gear, a lot of fun to watch, and he knows it right here. As soon as Dalton dives for this ball and misses, he is thinking 3 bases. Those are some big strides.
Long strides, yeah. I mean, he never looked like he got to peak speed there either, right?
Effortless.
Yeah. Well, and double tonight, and Quintana pops him inside, a ball and a strike.
Well, a triple by Ellie De La Cruz. The guy is, well, the talent is off the charts. He needs 1 stolen base to become the 5th guy to record at least 20 home runs and 60 steals in 1 season. It's a matter of when, not if. It could be, who knows, this game. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the screen on the right, Rocchio's up. He homered. Important to note that Luis Gil left the game in the 3rd inning. This is the Yankees starter with an apparent injury. We do not know the details. 2 men on there. We also had Kyle Schwarber up in Atlanta. So we haven't been there yet. Have we been there yet? Yeah, maybe we have. So I'm going with Houston.
Astros have not allowed him to go as many as 90 pitches.
Oh. Not a bad pitch, 3-1. Looked like he caught that outside edge. Just didn't get the call. We're now questioning where that might have been. You'll see it on our MD Anderson strike zone, just kind of fading to that outside.
Nate Tomlinson, the home plate umpire tonight, part of Larry Vanover's crew. The Astros not real happy with the strike zone last night for Chris Siegel. Here's Wilyer Abreu. He doubled in the first run of the night as he bats here with 2 on and 1 out. Abreu and the guy at second base, Cedar Rafaela, could end up somewhere in the top 5 in the American League Rookie of the Year voting. They both had very nice seasons. We'll see the favorite for the AL Rookie of the Year in the next series, Colton Cowser of the Baltimore Orioles. Now it's 2-0. Rennell missing with 6 of the last 7 pitches after the double by Rafaela.
With Guardians, it's a 3-3 game. And there's a strike.
Boy, another big situation in this game. It looked like such an easy inning. 2 quick outs, boom, 2 easy hits, and then a walk. And now you got bases loaded with Quan at the plate.
That one is ripped into center field, stays up there for Judge. He puts it away, and Hill works into and out of trouble. Guardians leave the bases loaded.
It's a dangerous spot here, down in the count 3-1. You've got Casas on deck and 2 runners on. Casas hit one into the second deck for a 2-run home run in the first inning. Back-to-back walks. That's 3 walks allowed by Rennell. That'll load up the bases. Mentioned Rennell generally gives up his walks in the first or second inning, and that has been the case tonight with 3 walks so far in an inning and a third. Now a message from TXU Energy.
And if that's his last one, it's a darn good one. 10 strikeouts for Reynaldo Lopez. Welcome back, old friend.
How about the changeup here again, pulling it out for the big surprise against Bryce Harper. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, 6 strikeouts and 6 at-bats tonight against Reynaldo Lopez.
Reynaldo Lopez of Atlanta, his first start in 3 weeks. And I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later on when we're back on that game. But think about the injuries that Atlanta has sustained. I will get more into that and talk about games lost and everything like that. But I think right now we got to get back to Houston. Bases are loaded in a tie game very early in the game. And I would say right now, Boston is on the border. Maybe it's not fair, but I'll say it. They're on the border of maybe falling out of the wild card race if they don't really get things going and go on a run.
Cedar Rafaela on third base. He doubled. Jaron Duran on second. He walked. Wilyer Abreu on first. He also walked. And now Casas the batter. Well, Rennell ahead 0-2. Could go for a big strikeout here.
Casas hit that slider out in that first at bat, but yesterday the fastball was giving Casas a lot of issues. A couple of strikeouts with the fastball. I just wonder if a couple of fastballs early in this count have set up that changeup potentially against Casas. Called him out.
Oh my goodness. They call out Casas on an 0-2 count with the bases loaded.
Got to be honest, I wasn't paying attention to the clock. I know the previous pitch Casas got in around 13.
Is this the same thing that happened to Yiner yesterday? Oh, he wanted time after he had called time earlier. And then he tried to shake himself off like I shouldn't have done that.
Yep, he caught himself.
My goodness.
I mean, we hadn't seen that in a couple of years since a pitch clock.
Well, they have to turn it around, and they did. And then all of a sudden, when we did the West Coast trip, Michael, when we were in San Diego, you just look at their talent. You think they've got to turn it around, and they have. So, you know, it's a long season.
Hit sharply and right at Ramirez.
timer violation, calling timeout for the second time in an at-bat. Same thing that happened to Yainer Diaz last night. You can see Casas try to shake his head. No, I didn't mean it. But at that point, Tomlinson had heard it. It was too late.
Yeah, and
Rafael Devers up in Houston in a weird situation, but 1 home run shy of 200.
But if I'm playing, I might do it. Because the last 2 guys that have gotten burned on that for an at-bat, they've gone deep in the game. Sensing a trend.
Yeah. And you still have to get the guy at the plate, their best hitter.
Yeah, you're not out of the woods yet.
But now it's 2-2.
But that's a better slider in that situation. He wants that slider to start middle, break down, and in. The couple he had hit in that first inning were elevated up out over the plate. But now that you've kind of gotten to the inside, you might have an opportunity at a changeup.
All right, we got an action pitch coming here. 3-0, bases loaded, 2 outs.
But you understand why he went to the fastball up. Because Devers has had issues against the Astros with the fastball up.
Everybody off, and a swing and a miss. Rennell punches the glove. The changeup gets Devers for the final out of the inning.
Working out of damage, went back to the best pitch he's had all year. That changeup pulled the string, got the swing and miss, and got out of a lot of damage, keeping it tied up.
What you got to understand about Zach Wheeler is watch his delivery and how far over to the first base side of the pitching rubber he is extreme. And because of that, when he throws that 2-seamer in, it creates such a unique angle that it is so difficult to figure out how far that ball is actually going to come in. Look at that. His toe's barely on the pitching rubber. And that is unique to our game. And so you start to see it move, and you see a lot of 2-seamers move, and you feel like you can get to it, and it just keeps going and going at an angle that these guys are just not used to seeing. And so that's how he creates some of those really awkward swings on fastballs that are inside.
So Matt Yeloff again, and here we go on the Braves and the injury situation. I'm going to read off the names, and then I got a stat for you. Ronald Acuna, Ozzie Albies, Michael Harris II, Sean Murphy, and Austin Riley have combined for 211 player games on the IL this year, as Merrifield has his second extra base hit of the game. 211. And it's not role players. These are the guys. You see some of them on the right. And if Brian Snitker makes the playoffs, I have to ask this question. How would he not be the manager of the year given what's happened to the position players, not to mention the pitching staff? Let's get back to this game. Merrifield in scoring position.
He's going to shoot down the line, and that one shot down the line compared to the triple that we saw in right field.
Look, Merrifield, a career 281 hitter, but he only hit 199 in 53 games with the Phillies. They moved on from him. And when the Braves had the need due to the Ozzie Albies injury, they picked him up. And since putting on that Atlanta uniform, he's performed very well. And he's out in scoring position. Michael Harris drove him in last time in the 3rd inning, but now
here we go. The in-game odds provided by BetMGM. Bottom 5, Philly and Atlanta. It's a 1-1 game. You see it there. Philadelphia even money, and Atlanta at -125. Michael Harris II goes down on strikes. Zach Wheeler is a stud. He never gets the pub he deserves. But, man, you pretty much know what you're going to get every time he goes out.
That's now 17 strikeouts between the two starters, Lopez and Wheeler. Laureano lifts it out to right. And Castellanos will take it toward the line. So Merrifield stranded at second, and we are through 5 innings.
A lot more money as he goes down on strikes.
Well, when you...
That's his 4th triple. Man, these Brewers can really smack some triples around. This right here, cutter up and in. These guys are talking in the dugout. Hey, this guy's going to throw a bunch of cutters in on lefties. And if you're ready for it, this is what it looks like. Right down the corner. Nootbaar eventually gets to it, tackles it, and gets it in. But Sal just floating around the bases. Now they got a guy at third, less than 2 outs.
Infield comes up for St. Louis. Joey Ortiz popped up to the first baseman. And now takes up and in. They'll check the swing. Didn't go.
He's an all-star this year for the first time. But last year he had 97 RBIs and hit 308. So, you know, he was solid offensively last year also.
Great piece of hitting from Joey Ortiz.
By Whitcomb, it's going to be into the wall and stuck in the wall. An automatic ground roll double as that ball never left the wall. It lined right into the wedge between the wall and the fence.
Whitcomb honeycombed it. What about it? He honeycombed it. That's some juice right there, TK. You get a ball to stick in the fence, you hammered it.
Only problem is Jake had a great read and would have scored.
Yeah, he has to be held up on a ground rule double.
That's wild.
That is wild. Little wedgie out there.
I don't think I've seen that.
Never seen that.
What are we doing? All these firsts. So Whitcomb.
And a little jam shot to third. There's Vientos. 8-pitch inning for Ottavino as he gets the side 1-2-3.
Blue moon, some kind of moon.
Is it?
Something like that.
I'm going to go with it. Well, Chad's just trying to make contact and bring this run in. We'll see if the contact play is on here. Second and third, nobody out. Chaz skies one into center field. Is it going to be deep enough? Jaron Duran will camp under it. Jake's going to tag. He's going to test it. And there is a throw to third. Astros lead 4-3. Chaz McCormick contributes again. He scored a run to tie the game last night. And he knocks in the go-ahead run tonight.
That boy Chazzy Fizz, that better put another smile on his face, having a good at bat. Hit the ball hard, skied it to center field, but plenty of hang time to keep Duran back there deep enough for Jake Meyers to make that decision. Duran actually has a pretty good arm, but felt that he had no chance with Jake Meyers and threw it to third.
So Chaz drives in the run, and here's Jose Altuve. Astros taking the lead forward.
So McCormick with his sac fly, he's playing right field. Remember Kyle Tucker, everybody? Kyle Tucker with MVP type abilities. He's been out almost a third of the season, roughly a third. There's no ETA for his return, and it's possible he does not play again this year. Since he went on the IL, this is the amazing thing to me. Since he went on the IL, the Astros have the best record in baseball. They're 41-22. What does that tell you? It tells you how deep Houston still is, despite a slow start to the year.
Balanced throw, got a little something on it to retire Altuve by less than a step.
Altuve hustling to make this close. Rafaela coming in and showing some of that athleticism. A pretty strong throw back across his body. Casas with a good stretch as well.
So does Jordan see a pitch to hit here? They tried to pitch around him a little bit last time he was at the plate after Altuve stole second. And he gets a pitch perfectly placed on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. 750 on base percentage this year against Boston.
So he's getting on base at a 75% clip.
15 of 20 plate appearances he's been on. He's
been on base more than I've been to the spread.
That's a good pitch as well, and Jordan finds himself down at the count 0-2. So we
pass LeMahieu. Fry will go to second. LeMahieu's tracking it down, and Fry will go to third on the E1. He had such a big lead. A good throw gets him, and the inning is over.
Yeah, Trevino.
List with those guys.
Skies one high and deep to center field. Did he get enough? No, he didn't. Jaron Duran puts it away on the warning track. Jordan making a bid, but hit it to straightaway center for the final out. Astros do take the lead thanks to Chas McCormick. Sac fly. It's 4-3.
So Leiter gets the error. But no harm, no foul, as LeMahieu is there to make the play and end the sixth. No runs.
All right, it is time for MLB Network and Apple TV Plus to take a break. You're watching MLB Big Inning, presented by Verilux XR Series.
Had a breakout sophomore campaign last year that cemented him as the starting second baseman in Philadelphia. And he's got good speed. 25 stolen bases, leads the Philadelphia Phillies. A 12-pitch, top of the sixth for Grant Holmes. The Phillies go down 1-2-3. Lopez 10 strikeouts, a season high.
That's a fastball deck down the middle.
Tinoco's been around, pitched for a while in Colorado. This is actually his second stint with the Marlins. He was here in 2020. The Rangers.
Nick Marley. That's 7 strikeouts now for Dean Kramer.
Well, really what he did is he set this pitch up. He cut a ball off the plate away, then he started a ball away that caught the outside corner. That had the corner.
Birch Smith, first man up in the Orioles bullpen. And now Alonso takes a cutter for a strike.
We've got a pitcher cruising along here in the 6th inning. Really got his rhythm when they get into getting someone up. 6-run lead. Well, but he's at 98, 99 pitches now.
He's only cleared 100 a few times this year. Alonso.
You're watching MLB Big Inning, presented by Verilux XR Series. Matt Yaloff with you. Coming up on the top of the hour, 4 games on your screen. The 4-3 game in Houston is only in the 3rd inning. The Cubs in Detroit in the upper left. You have the Angels in Kansas City. Kansas City right now holds a wild card. But more importantly, there are only 2.5 games behind Cleveland. Cleveland's lead has shrunk like a brand new t-shirt in the dryer. I don't know. That's the best I could do. So let's go to KC.
Just drop those thumbs out. Do all you can to keep it in front there. Two and two. Angels are 1 for 5 with a runner in scoring position tonight, and just .229 as a team for the year. Left field, deep, and carrying, and Blanco makes the play right in front of the wall. Rendon is not homered in over a year, and he almost got one there. He'll take the sacrifice.
Just light an umpire up in Japanese.
Yeah,
and we won't have any.
They won't even know. They don't know what he's saying. He can say whatever he wants.
In the air, right field. Goodbye! A big fly for the
We talked about the chase and going outside of the strike zone. That's the play, because you go inside the zone, and that is what Marcell Ozuna will do to you. Incredible.
432 feet to straightaway center field.
This is a thing of beauty. Look at this fastball. It is right down the middle at 95 miles an hour after chasing that split out of the zone. Oh, my.
Marcell Ozuna. There he is, and there it goes. Marcell Ozuna has a real shot at the Triple Crown. Second in home runs to Shohei Ohtani, first in the NL in RBIs, and first in the NL in batting average. Ohtani also has a shot at the Triple Crown in the National League. So going along with what I talked about earlier involving injuries, where would Atlanta be without Ozuna? Matt Olson, a rocket to right field, and just an out in the box score.
He and Ohtani have been hitting a lot of homers, especially as of late. Marcell still chasing him. And then Schwarber down there in fourth.
So the Braves are coming off an off day. When you think about where the bullpen is right now and what do we usually see in situations as you get a little bit later, a situation like this might be Pierce Johnson, Joe Jimenez, Raisel Iglesias. There's nobody warming up in the bullpen right now, which will tell you the story of how much confidence Brian Snitker has in Grant Holmes. I mean, he has gone from a minor league guy to getting to the big leagues for the first time to being trusted in a monster spot late in the season against the team you're chasing in the division.
Yeah, think about that. 2 months ago, nobody at the major league level knew who he was. He hadn't even debuted, and now.
Hey, in the Arizona game on the upper left, they have a 3-1 lead with 2 outs in the 9th inning. It's possible they are reviewing something, and they are. So it's a good time to tell you, the man on the mound, Justin Martinez. They're looking at this play to see if he's safe or out. And from the looks of that, he may be out. Oh, I don't even think. And the foot is on the base, so they may review that. They may overturn that. But let me get this in. Justin Martinez on the mound, closing for Arizona. His last 2 outings have been losses, although he has not given up an earned run.
He could catch that ball a foot closer. He would have caught it already when he's a little bit better, you know, versed as a first baseman.
Here's Doug Eddings. We think.
After review, the call's overturned. The runner's out. Game over.
Game over. Call overturned. Runner out. And the Diamondbacks have taken the first 2 here in Miami. They get win number 71 on the year, and they'll look for the 3-game sweep tomorrow with Jordan Montgomery on the mound.
Well, this was a great game here.
Well, they got the call right for sure. And Arizona right now has a hold on the 2nd wild card. And in the West, they pick up a half game on LA for now. LA is playing tonight at 10:10 Eastern time. They're hosting Seattle. And Corbin Carroll has been on base now in 30 straight starts. 2 for 4, 14 home runs on the year. Not nearly what he was a year ago, but certainly better than he was in the first half this year.
1 man out.
Now look at the difference here. Now watch, he does not drift. He stays back. Watch how deep the ball gets. And that way he is able to really stabilize his body and really just drive it the other way.
That's right. It's final in Miami. The Diamondbacks defeat the Marlins 3-1. They've taken the first 2 games in that series. There goes Mullins. The throw to second by Alvarez on a hop, and Mullins is safe. So Cedric Mullins steals the base. His 23rd of the year.
was pretty close with a nice lap tag by.
Kind of an in-between hop that gave it that Derek Jeter jump throw. And Costas able to hold the bag and make the catch. But I think he emphasized catching and, building that rapport with the rotation and some.
Salvi takes down an away ball one. I mean, you're talking about reconstructing part of his shoulder, and as so often the case, you go inside to perform the surgery and there's more damage in there than you thought. There's a long recovery for Vinny, but you never know by the way he's swinging the bat.
Wait for something up.
It's up, and now Vinny can show off his wheels. Adele makes the catch. Here he comes, and the throw is cut off.
Well, Kansas City's on the board because Pasquantino, right there, who tagged up on the fly ball by Sal Perez, followed up a Bobby Witt double with his own double. And Pasquantino and Perez, in terms of attention, they're getting buried by Bobby Witt. But Bobby Witt is not doing it alone.
Tag. That's what they're doing.
2-pitch, setting one off the wall in left center field. Pena will walk into second base with his speed. Another well-struck baseball to left center. The Astros have a one-out base runner on the double by Pena.
And Pena's doing a good job of going out there and covering that sweeper. Got a mistake right here up, but he's out there covering that outside corner. And he puts a charge into this one, hitting it off one of the pillars out there in left center field for that double. That's back-to-back at bats where he's hitting a sweeper pretty well.
Now here's John Singleton, who hit a 2-run home run his first time up. John takes a pitch that could have been up, but it's a strike 0-1.
And just to pile on a little bit more with Yiner, Joe Espada did a good job of giving him DH days as well. And I thought that really kind of gave Yiner the opportunity to kind of check out mentally behind the plate and focus on that swing.
Now John down on the count 0-2.
And the Royals tie it in the bottom of the fourth.
'45th RBI and a beauty. It's all you want to do. Got inside on him a little bit, looked like a cutter. It was elevated, but he's able to stay on top of it, find a hole.
Update time on the bottom right. Pittsburgh and Texas. O'Neill Cruz. He didn't bust it. He thought that thing was gone. He's incorrect. It's off the wall. There's a center fielder. I was about to say, where is he? O'Neill Cruz, 6'7" and speed. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being gifted with that type of talent? 3-0 Pittsburgh on top of the world champs.
First base to try and take a spot, and they keep going back to John.
That's a really good point. They're going, John, you're doing great. We're going to try this guy. And John just keeps saying, hey, I'll be here waiting for you. Call me when you need me. And he's been there and he's produced.
Now he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 as he grounds one foul. Yeah, he is never going to be a gold glover at first base, but the balls that he can get to, for the most part, he's made the plays on this year.
And he puts together strong at bats. So I mean, that's basically, you know, that is an upgrade from what we saw earlier in the year. So it's been kind of a pleasant surprise and a credit to hard work and some perseverance by John.
Got him up top with a fastball. John frustrated with himself. Usually doesn't leave the zone, but he's down on strikes there for strikeout number 1 for Nick Pivetta. The World Baseball Classic is coming to Minute Maid Park. The year will be
DeYoung fouled out to the shortstop Neto in his first at bat.
And it was a good swing. He just missed that ball. So his swing path is looking good.
In his first 13 games with the Royals, he has 12 hits and 3 home runs. Good changeup down and away. One and one.
Gets up, throws to first, and he just saved another run. We're talking about the defense for St. Louis. Mason Wynn right in the middle of it. That's a fantastic play by the Cardinals shortstop. Got to his feet quickly and got Hoskins.
And because of the bunt hit,
Dairon Blanco is your batter in Kansas City on the upper right. As a team, Kansas City is hitting about 300 with guys in scoring position for the season. I'm not talking about some small little sample because they're hot. For the year, 300. And they got a man in scoring position.
One and two. He gets Blanco with a changeup down and away. So the most hittable pitch was the one that he let pass by.
The lefty, but I just think that the cutter is so much into the game now where so many of them are misthrown out over the plate. Boy, when it's thrown well, very tough pitch to hit.
Oh, that's going to be a bad break hit against Luke Weaver as Naylor picks up an infield single. Just you couldn't have rolled it better.
No, and again, there's no reason to really go out and try to make some heroic throw because it's only going to get you in trouble. There's sometimes once the ball gets by you, there's no chance of stopping a base hit here.
So 1 on 2 outs, and here's Rocchio. And a strike. Check out Rocchio's home run in the 4th inning. Take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 102.4 off the bat. And it traveled 400 feet into the Yankee bullpen. High pop-up. Who's going to get it? Here comes LeMahieu in foul territory, and he puts it away for the final out. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base at the end of
managing the innings, now managing pitches is what it feels like.
Bullpen stirring a little bit down there. I think we might see somebody start to warm up here in the next few pitches as Cedar Rafaela bats with an 0-1 count. Rafaela doubled to the wall and left his first time up. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw is a good one, and quick tag by Altuve, but just in ahead of the tag is David Hamilton. Stolen base number 32 on the year. That's second best in the AL.
Gunner's arm made that close. As Hamilton darts towards second base. did a good job going to that outside corner away from the tag of Altuve as well.
A little punch into right field. Chas McCormick towards the line. Hamilton tagging. He's going to try and get to third. Chaz's throw will be a little bit late. So Rafaela moves the runner over with a fly out to right. Imagine the infield will come in again here in this one-run game.
Ryan Kerkering is the new reliever. You saw him warming last inning, and the first pitch he throws is a base hit for Orlando.
Good to see here from Orlando. This is a two-seam fastball. Good velocity, 96 miles an hour, but just kind of over the heart of the plate there for Orlando. Kerkering's been good. There's a couple of starts under his belt as well so far this year. But it's fastball, both kinds, 4-2 to go along with the sweeper.
If you remember this guy Kerkering last year, only threw 3 innings during the regular season, but they liked what they saw, and he pitched in 7 postseason games. So this is his first full major league season. Urshela so far tonight in his Braves debut is 0 for 2.
Gio Urshela at the plate, his Braves debut after Austin Riley got put on the IL. This is game 1 of 7 remaining between the Phillies and the Braves. The Braves have won a division 7 consecutive years, and their deficit as of right now is 7 games in the NL East. So while it is unlikely, the Braves are still very much alive in that division. 2-1 is your score.
I would always look for milk duds.
He'll throw home, and Duran's going to go to second on the play. So a single in the left by Duran, and he takes advantage of the throw coming home by moving into scoring position. It's now a 4-4 game.
Curl. Right fielder Urshela gives this a good ride, but it's taken in by Castellanos. So 1 away, RC at first base.
It's pretty awesome to hear about Giovanni Urshela and Marcell Ozuna being so close the way that they are, guys from a couple of different countries. And it's got to be really nice to come to a new team and have your best buddy there.
Yeah, Urshela, a native of Colombia. We talked about his time with Cleveland. They signed him as an international free agent all the way back in 2008 when he was just 16 years of age. And then he debuted in the 2015 season. All right, so take a guess. How many players from Colombia have made it to the big leagues?
We had one here formerly with the Braves, right? So Julio Teheran from Colombia? Oh, no, who am I getting? Yeah, Julio Teheran. But I'll say, I think it's less than 10. I'll say 7.
30.
Oh, I nailed it.
Well, that's a tough one. It's pretty obscure. Edgar Renteria, probably the most notable, 2-time World Series champion. Renteria has played the most games, or did play the most at the major league level of anybody from Colombia.
As McCormick looks like he has room, he does. Tagging at second is Casas. He's going to get to third. Throw comes back into the infield. That'll be a fly out for Abreu for out number 2. Joe Espada wants Blanco to face Casas here. He struck him out on a timer violation last time. But Casas also hit a 2-run home run his first time up.
Took an extra base hit away from the pinch hitter, Oswaldo Cabrera.
You know, as this ball was hit, Michael, in my mind, like 3 times. He's got it, he doesn't have it, or he's got no chance, and then he makes a great play. He kind of took an awkward route, but then really made up some ground at the end. And a dive.
This more than likely will be Rennell's last inning. He only went 4 against the Red Sox last outing. That was his shortest start of the year Other than that game, he was ejected.
Tristan Casas at bat, bottom right. Last at bat, made a big mistake and called out.
Foul territory. Whitcomb seeing if he has room, and it does not appear he does. It lands in the camera roll. That might have hit the Raptor.
I think it possibly may have as well. Whitcomb was going to a spot and it ended up nowhere near it.
Shea learning the nuances here at Minute Maid Park.
I didn't want to interfere with that pitch, so I didn't explain it. What he did was he called 2 timeouts during the same at bat, and there were 2 strikes on him. So they had to call him out, and they look at that. Redemption! Redemption!
Joe was trying to get one more batter to see if Vernell could get through 4, and Casas picks up his first RBI other than a home run since April the 1st. He had been 2 for 24 on the year with runners in scoring position.
From Baez as he is frozen, struck him out.
On the upper left, check out the replay. The man at the plate is Javi Baez, part of that championship team, the World Championship team 8 years ago. This is his first game back at Wrigley since he left the Cubs for Detroit and then went missing.
Chronograph.
Okay.
They wanted to see how fast Bob Feller was throwing, and that's how they tracked it. But yeah, they had it at 98.6 all the way back in 1946, and nobody ever had seen a pitch that fast. And obviously the game's changed a touch.
It's almost like we're numb to it now to some degree. When you start here in 97, 98, it's like, yeah, we see a ton of it now. And it didn't take long.
Well, it's just crazy over the last 20 years. The flamethrowers, especially that come out of the bullpen.
And Kelly Johnson and I were talking about it on the road trip when he was doing radio games, just about how the game has changed. Obviously, he hit in a little bit of a different generation again, even over the last 6 or 7 years. How this velocity has ticked up and how it makes it so difficult to compare hitting even during his era because of how much velo you see now, night in and night out. He's like, man, your average reliever, and same thing during my career. Like if you were throwing 93 as a righty, it's about league average. You had a decent arm coming out of a bullpen. You're not pitching in the big leagues with 93 right now, at least not in the bullpen.
Payoff pitch, the runners start, but it's a called strike on the inside corner. So 2 stranded for Atlanta as we head to the 8th.
Big battle here by Glaber. And the 3-2 again. Another foul ball. More pitches, it falls into the favor of the hitter.
Yeah, but Gaddis has a fastball, and he just keeps pumping them in there that, really has good carry up in the strike zone. And you just see a lot of swing and misses and a lot of foul balls. It's not 100 miles an hour, but it just plays well.
And he walked him, a guy who doesn't walk many people. Walks Torres, and now has to face Soto with a runner on. Speaking of Juan, fans, the Juan Soto MGCT collectible figurine has been rescheduled.
Here for Rennell after the Red Sox had the shortest outing against them the last time they faced him. The Red Sox have had Rennell's number this season in his 2 starts against Boston, not going deep at all. There's a strike, 2-2. Last night was a night the Astros came from behind down 2-0 in 4.
His 35th home run ties his career high, which he set last year. He's still 25 years old, so you think there's going to be more home runs down the pipe. Inside. Crowd getting into it. The big guys coming up. Soto and Judge. Back-to-back home runs in the first inning. 3-3 game. Popped up. Josh Naylor puts it away for out number 2.
Again, there's just something weird about this fastball because it's not overpowering. It just has a little life to it, a little rise. You see it's up in the strike zone, and even Juan Soto, as level as his swing is, can't stay on top of it, just pops it up.
So here's Judge as the crowd chanting MVP, and I think they might be onto something.
Think he's got a chance?
He's got a chance at a Triple Crown.
I think you've said that before.
He's only trailing in average to Bobby Witt Jr. 1-1. Two.
Hey, how about that? You got Judge on the left on the bottom. You got Witt on the bottom right. And the AL MVP odds, Judge at -1,400. Bobby Witt at +500. Juan Soto +3,000. And Gunnar Henderson also the same number, +3,000. -1,400? I don't know. Be careful. That's all I'll say. Be careful.
Three and two. Stands on deck. Gives the Yankees a bit of an advantage now as Torres will be going from first on 3-2 with 2 outs. Runner goes. Hit shortly to third. Backhanded by Ramirez. The long throw in the dirt. And scooped up there by Naylor for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Let's go to the 8th, tied at 3.
Boston gave Pivetta an extra breather before his last start against Baltimore. He had not thrown the ball particularly well in his start in Arlington against the Rangers, so he went from August 4th to August 15th, working on 10 days rest in between starts before his last outing. Jay continues to battle. He was down 0-2 last time, drew a walk, and now he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 again.
Hey, Matt Yaloff with you. Hope you're enjoying the show. MLB Big Inning, presented by Verilux XR Series. Some of you, after a break on MLB Network, will be watching the White Sox and the Giants game that begins in about 15 minutes or so. And the rest of you on MLB Network will be coming back after a break. So, Apple TV Plus and MLB Network, break time. We'll be right back.
Right back like they did in the first inning.
Time now to play Name That Astro, powered by Reliant. 3 clues. Pinch hitter extraordinaire, Astros World Series first, mid-2000s power threat. If you know who that Astro is, hop on X and go to @SpaceCityHN. Tell us who you think that Astro is, powered by Reliant.
Shea Whitcomb, a double his last time up. Shea now 4 for 11 in his young career with a couple of doubles. Hit a ball that wedged into the wall in left center field. There is no official count of how many balls have actually been stuck in the wall in left center, but Phil Boudreau, who's seen pretty much every game at Minute Maid Park, claims there was about 4 or 5 over the years.
Wow, I did not know that. Thank goodness for him.
And he doesn't remember any sticking up in the wall that high. A lot of them were a lot lower on the wall. Now it's 3-0 to Shea.
You giving the rookie a green light?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm going to say center. It better be right in the middle. And it's not. It's ball 4.
Well, Pavetta's having issues with that command. Astros would love to continue this effort of putting pitches on Pavetta. Because you know as well as I do, it comes down to bullpens. The Astros definitely have an advantage.
Ask the Booth, presented by Champion Energy. Rusty wanted to know about how many games have started with a first pitch home run and ended with a walk-off home run.
The corner. Lindor will score. Digging for third is Vientos. He'll be held up there. Nimmo into second base with an RBI double. And the Mets.
Welcome back, everyone. It's MLB Big Inning, presented by Verilux XR Series. I'm Matt Yaloff. If you're watching on MLB Network, it's great to have you along tonight. Apple TV Plus, as always, Monday through Friday, and MLB.TV 7 days a week and commercial free. Bottom left, the Mets are trying to chip away at a large lead by Baltimore. It's a 5-4 game in Houston with the Red Sox leading, but Chas McCormick, who got I think he hit a sac fly. Yes, he did. He drove in a run last time out. He's up with 2 men on, and a 3-3 game with my guy, Jose Ramirez. He is up right now in New York. Let's get there.
Of the New York Yankees. Here's Jose Ramirez. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts tonight.
You know, we had John Sterling up here earlier. We should have had John read that. I mean, it would have lived in infamy. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Could have taped it and just
kept using it.
My old cassette player over here just hit play.
Ground ball, and there's Oswaldo Cabrera. And so far they've held down Ramirez.
Possibly score a run, keep this inning going.
When you're going well, you don't even think that much at the plate. Chaz right now is just trying to do anything he can to keep this rally going. Down to the count 0-2. And he pops it up. On the infield, coming in will be Tristan Casas. Infield fly rule invoked. And that's out number 1.
The center spotlight falls on some of the most seasons with 150 plus.
This organization where they believe they can win. And, you know, obviously we talked about they're in the Central Division, not as good as the other, but you know what? They still play good baseball. If you look at what they have, great bullpen.
At the wall, it's out of here! J.D. Martinez connects for a 3-run homer, and the Mets are right back in it. It's 7-5. What better bet is there than J.D. Martinez against the Baltimore Orioles? His 37th home run against Baltimore, 14 more than he has against any other team. He's homered in each of the first 2 games of this series. And the Orioles need a pitching change as Bert Smith has gotten tattooed for 3 extra base hits here in the 8th. Helped out by the Henderson error, the Mets have scored 4 runs.
Another Boss's belt high down the middle, and we showed you the graph earlier. Another home run to the right side of center field.
And protect some of those guys too. He doesn't want to have to throttle that entire bullpen to try and get through this game and get back in this season series.
Now one bouncing in there. Myers thought about it, but stays put. Jose coming into tonight was hitting an exact 300, 150 for 500 on the season. And he's also got a round number and opportunities with runners in scoring position. He's 35 for 100, hitting 350. As you can see, he's the only active player with 10 seasons of 150 hits or more. Myers and Whitcomb, your base runners, with one out. Ground ball slowly hit towards second. Tagging the runner and making the throw is Hamilton. A good defensive play by the Red Sox second baseman to run down the runner and get Altuve for the double play. Astros threatened but failed to score. Still 5-4.
That's ripped towards the right field corner. That's going to touch down. In to score is Hat. Bush is on his heels. Michael to the plate. And he will score. And now Bellinger is tagged out, but the Cubs will take the lead. Two-run double for Belly, and the Cubs are on top. We'll head to the sixth.
Mets have scored 4 times in the bottom of the 8th inning. J.D. Martinez with a 3-run homer to get the Mets within range, and now Yennier Cano will come in to pitch.
Hasn't been as even a year for Cano from last year.
And he throws a first pitch sinker past Pete Alonso, 0-1.
Hitters from both sides of the plate hitting around 250 off Cano, but sinker and split.
He's given up 6 home runs this season. Alonso takes a slider out of the strike zone. Ball and a strike. Pete's 0 for 2 and a walk. Harrison Bader is on deck. Double by Lindor, the error by Henderson. Double for Nimmo brought in 1, and Martinez's home run brought home 3. And now Alonso takes high. 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, who wants an update? Yes. In Kansas City, in a 2-2 game, Zach Neto, shortstop for the Angels. If you don't know him, keep your eye on him in the coming years. This is a very good player. He can hit for power, he can steal bases, and he plays shortstop. A very good shortstop. He's the kind of guy who sneaks up on you and you say, I didn't know that he blah, 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 blah. Well, in this case, he gives the Angels a lead on Kansas City. 3-2 is your score.
Ball. Mitchell's off to the races. He's going to score. William Contreras stops at second with an RBI double. 3-0 Brewers, as Contreras just missed a 2-run homer. Instead, he drives in a run with a double.
And again, ambushing the first pitch, this time a changeup. I mean, someone didn't get the memo.
And dribbler foul. Another sinker from Cano.
Yeah, he's got a lot of movement on his fastball.
Now, we mentioned Cano pitching for the 5th time in the last 7 days. What impact might that have?
Well, it should take a little velocity away, which makes them overpowering, but it might add to the sink. He lives along the bottom of the strike zone.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming to Alonso. And Pete takes another one low. That was a slider, and now a full count. Very disciplined at bat so far for Alonso. Let's need one more base runner to get the tying run to bat. Bader on deck, Alvarez behind him. Edwin Diaz up alongside Danny Young now in the Mets bullpen. 3-2 coming. And Alonso dribbles one foul. Just got a piece of another sinker.
And you saw the reaction on Cano to that foul. He made a good pitch. Pete kept the bat alive.
Yeah, still an inspirational at bat. If you're in the Mets dugout, this is one of those games you feel like you can snatch this away. It's got to feel that way.
Howard working it back for Alonso. This will be the 9th pitch. And Pete dribbles one to shortstop. Grabbed there by Henderson. This time he handles it cleanly for the 2nd out.
That one gets away, but Grisham stays put. Yankees have Clay Holmes up in the bullpen.
It looked like Grisham got caught leaning back to first base instead of kind of reading the ball and leaning towards second. So you got to be on your right foot there, and it just did not turn over where he could get a good jump on that pass ball.
Two and two.
If you're wondering around Naylor behind the plate, percentage-wise, 23% throwing out runners, which is average in the major leagues. That is the average, 23%.
Verdugo strikes out. Verdugo now 2 for his last 22. He's 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, Cade, a good change up there. Really turns it over. Really, you can see how that arm really gets exposed by turning that ball over.
Now the Yankees go to the bench. Austin Wells is going to pinch hit for Jose Trevino. So the Yankees have one player left on their bench. It's Ben Rice. Obviously, Wells will take over behind the plate. Grisham's at first with 1 man out, held there by Naylor. One thing that Cade Smith does, he keeps the ball in the ballpark. He's allowed 1 home run this year to Dylan Moore on June 18th against the Mariners. That's it. It's the only one. Wells would like to make it 2. Driven to center field and deep. Schneemann is on the track. Leaps. He can't make the play. It's off the top of the wall. Backing up his quad. He gets the ball in. They're sending home Grisham. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's out. Oh, what a tag by Bo Naylor to get Grisham carrying the go-ahead run.
You know what? That's not Rojas's fault. If you watch Grisham going around third base, he hesitated. He kind of stutter-stepped and hesitated, and that cost him from being safe. I mean, there's no way, if he's busting around second here, that he doesn't score on this ball. And watch. He picks it up here, but then he doesn't think he's going. He kind of stutter-steps right there, and that takes away a step and costs him scoring right here.
Quite a tag by Naylor before the foot came down. So a pinch hit double for Wells and just missed a home run. But the go-ahead run is out at the plate.
That was an absolute.
Defense is so cool. How about this? A little offense in Kansas City. And this is why when people talk about strength of schedule, it's hogwash. Logan O'Hoppe drives in a run. It's 4-2 Angels. And then Anthony Rendon, remember him? Yeah, how about that duck snort to right field, makes it 5-2. So the Angels up on Kansas City by 3. We're in the 6th inning in KC.
So Quan fires in. 7-4-2. I thought it was Jimenez who made the throw. Heck of a tag and a hold on to the ball.
Right there, not expecting to be sent. It's just time, Michael, and it's that close from being safe or out.
Yeah, but not the case. And what a big spot for Gio Urshela. You find out this morning you're coming to the Braves. You take a flight in, you put on the jersey, you meet a lot of your teammates. And here you are in a 2-1 game with the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 8th inning.
There's all kinds of room in left center field right now in the way that they're playing Urshela shaded to the right center field gap. You can see it there. Leave one of those cutters over the plate, and he could be shopping in that gap.
Backing off the plate, 2 pitches in a row. Austin Riley watching his replacement with Riley down with a broken hand. Inside again.
Hey, on the bottom, hello San Diego and Texas. Martin Perez has not lost a game. In fact, he's won all of them since coming over from Pittsburgh.
And Atlanta has a little cushion. Olsen scores, and that's going to be it for Jose Alvarado.
Mullins getting the hit off the left-hander this time. And they've got the speedy man aboard with 1 out of the 9th.
Now got a fastball right down the outer half. Kept that shoulder in.
Warming up in their pen. Caleb Ferguson loosening up after King went an inning and a third with his 6th left-handed hitting lineup, 6 of the 9. Figured you would see King and Ferguson a lot in this series. Pivetta trying to hit some edges with breaking balls, and it's 3-0 to Jordan. They are not challenging the big man.
And off the wall. That'll get Renfroe to third. Fermin has a double. And the Royals have runners at second and third with 1 out. Yeah.
Well, they pitched a perfect fastball in the inside corner for a strike. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Pavetta's trying to live on the edges or miss off the plate to Jordan.
And they got him to chase a pitch off the plate. Now the count's full. Jordan up to 58 walks with a walk in his first plate appearance. He's in the top 5 in the AL in walks drawn this year. Into center field, playable for Duran. So Pivetta comes back from down 3-0 to get Alvarez for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Yainer Diaz. Diaz is lined out to second and grounded out on a great play by Ceddanne Rafaela at short. Yainer hits one high and deep to left center field. Did he get enough of it? It's all the way back and it's gone. We're tied up at 5. 3 straight games for Yainer Diaz with a home run.
Hey, bartender, I need another one. What a Yainer bomb. There was some hang time on that one from Yainer. He has been crushing baseballs, hitting the ball hard off Pivetta. This time gets one up in the air that just refused to come down. Man, is he strong.
He gets his home runs in bunches too. And a big hug from the big man. Well, now a new ball game. That is the 5th consecutive start that Nick Pivetta has allowed multiple home runs, exactly 2 in each of his last 5 starts.
Lazar kicks and deals. Called strike at the knees. Pretty good pitch from the young rookie. The Braves
shallow left. On comes Nimmo, and he slides, lost it. It gets away. Mullins turning third. He's heading home. Nimmo's desperation throw is not in time. Backed up by Young. Throw goes to third. It goes awry. Hits off the tarp. Another runner trying to score. the throw to Alvarez, not in time. Throw back to third, not in time. 2 runs come home as the Mets throw the ball around here in the 9th inning, and it's 9-5 Baltimore. Well, Nimmo's been making all manner of great catches in left field lately. Came up a little shy on this sliding attempt. And then the wheels came off.
He was there to make the catch. And just on the dive, didn't make the play.
Mullins scoring from second on the base hit. And then Young throwing the ball away, trying to get Mountcastle at third. And now a wild pitch, and the runner
didn't go.
Henderson will hold at third base. So it's going to be a single and an RBI for Henderson.
Went behind him.
And then the second runner.
Mountcastle goes to third on the throw and then scores on the error by Young. It's got to be the way they scored, right?
Yes, yeah, it's got to be E1.
0-1. If you've noticed, Paul, our director Dan Barr has now moved the moon over to the right field grandstand.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
we can do that for every shot we need.
From the Delta sign now to over the. 1-1 on Naylor, who has 9 home runs. He has 2 hits tonight. Trying to keep Schneemann close.
Yeah, Schneemann not really known as a base stealer. Only 2 on the year so far. But again,
Bo Naylor at the plate on the bottom right. A couple of hits tonight in RBI. It's a 3-3 game. And after this pitch, I'm going to make my point. The point is that earlier in the show, it was talked about that home field advantage is completely up in the air in both leagues. These teams have virtually the same exact record. Houston not far behind. Cleveland's lead in their division has shrunk while the Yankees continue to play back and forth with Baltimore, and Baltimore, to their left, is now running away with it in Queens.
Grounded foul outside of first. An announced crowd of 41,426 here at the stadium on this Tuesday night in the Bronx. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-3 game, top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. Strong inning for Clay Holmes as he strikes out 3. Yankees have a chance to walk it off. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
For Raisel Iglesias. And that sinker bearing down and in on the knees of Alec Bohm. Those flashy shoes. Certainly hope to see that celebration here in 3 outs from Raisel. Payoff pitch. Right field. Laureano takes it.
So the Braves are now 2 outs away from beating Philadelphia and picking up a game. Raisel Iglesias on the mound in his last 19 appearances has an ERA of 0.00, given up nothing.
You can count on that consistently from Castellanos.
It's a 1-run game. A pinch hit homer by Matt Carpenter makes it 3-2. still hit the fastball, Matt Carpenter.
96 at the very top of the zone, and this was the whole thing. Do they bring in Koenig or do they go with Mears? So they give him a little leeway on the pinch hitter, Carpenter, and he shows off how much he can bench. I mean, this has been the role that he's been in now for a few years. Doesn't miss the fastball, able to get it over that.
Called strike, 1-1. The Braves know how big this series is and how big this homestand is. Try to start things off on the right foot here against their rival, the Philadelphia Phillies. Two-one pitch. 2-2. Truist Park on its feet. In the air, right center. Whoa, caught again! Unbelievable! And the Braves win it 3-1.
Laureano, man, he can play some D. We knew that. He shows it off at the end of that game with the second and third out. Here it is. Oh, the first out as well. That's correct. I'm reminded by my friend in the control room, Andrew Adams. Wow, that's a nice catch. He's smooth out there, man. It's fun to watch him. So the Atlanta Braves pick up a full game. They're 6 games back of Philadelphia, of course. And they have 6 games this season remaining against Philadelphia. It's still way too early to be talking about that, but an entertaining game for sure. 3-1 is your final.
To a chance to retire Duran, as he will get to second base for the 4th time tonight.
Yeah, there's really no chance. Once this gets past Caleb, there's no chance of getting Duran. You better just put that in your pocket. But Duran's gained an extra 90 feet a couple of times in this ball game now.
Yeah, took advantage of a ball that was deflected into right field and turned a single into a double. Then he got to second on a throw home when Mauricio Dubon tried to get a runner from third on a single to left. Now he gets to second on the error. Rob Refsnyder will bat for Wilyer Abreu.
Hey everybody on MLB Network, hope you're enjoying the show because we're about to leave you. So we hope you enjoyed it. Coming up on the network is going to be Seattle and LA. And I got it. The matchup between Shohei Ohtani and Bryce Miller may be a great one. Ohtani carves up Seattle pitching, and Miller has been on a heater. He's been great. So that game coming up after a break. We appreciate you watching. Check us out on MLB.tv.
Towards short, holding at second is Duran. Jeremy Pena makes the play. Refsnyder out. Big out there for Ferguson for the second out.
It's time now to name that Astro, powered by Reliant. The clues we gave you: pinch hitter extraordinaire, Astros World Series first, mid-2000s power threat. Who is that?
Strike 92 on a Kimbrel fastball. Yep. That's a little shocking.
When he was at his best, it was 98. Been out there a long time.
curveball hit out to center field, and Mullins is right there. And the Mets are down to their final line. You know what's amazing? I was looking at Kimball's record. Do you know it's been 10 years since he pitched for the Atlanta Braves? 10 years.
Wow.
2014, the last time that he pitched for Atlanta, the team that he came to the big leagues with and established himself as a star with. Led the National League in saves 4 straight years. He's been with 7 different teams since, with different measures of success. He's had hot streaks and cold streaks, but his career has been phenomenal. Fastball strike to Tyrone Taylor.
He's had streaks of being able to throw strikes and not being able to throw strikes since leaving Atlanta.
9-time All-Star, future Hall of Famer.
Still, that signature pose as he takes the sign is iconic.
Like a great bird of prey waiting to pounce.
Hey, you're back on MLB Big Inning, presented by Verilux XR Series. Matt Yaloff with you at the top of the hour. Exactly the top of the hour. So we have some late games that are underway. We have some late games. Wait, hold on a second. It's late games underway, early games coming to an end. Yep, I got it. On the upper left, Craig Kimbrell is in, trying to close things out for the Orioles. While the Yankees, I'm going to get you a score. Hey, Don, you have that score? 3-3 Yankees with the Guardians top 10. So we're watching this. They go back and forth. And that game in New York is over. So the Orioles win. So at the moment, they're dead even with the Yanks.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and has always kind of played with a chip on his shoulder with that 32nd round label.
Yeah, for sure. But at service time, he's in his 10th year, getting close to his 10 years.
Off of his foot.
He's got an 8 pitch at bat going here. See Stratton drop a big curveball on him. That's one of his best pitches.
Back near the warning track, has room, puts it away, and the Astros strand 2 here in the 6th inning. An infield hit and a walk, 2 left on. We're still tied at 5.
Oh, 2.
Well, something has to give here because you've got Cousins on the mound who really strikes out a lot of people with that slider, and then you got Quan at the plate who does not strike out. So something has to give here.
You know, they usually keep Clase just to 1 inning. It's been over a year since he's pitched more than 1 inning in a game. Looks like that's what they're going to do, though.
Yeah. Jackson Merrill on the bottom right with another extra base hit. And Michael King, his teammate, said he's 21. I'm paraphrasing here. It's all baseball for him. He's so happy. We're all his best friend. And it's contagious. And he scores. And we have a score in San Diego. Back to Stephen Kwan in a 3-3 game.
Rocket.
Runner goes from first. No throw, a stolen base for Rocchio.
Well, again, I mean, the Guardians are going to play the game. They're going to try to steal a run, try to put pressure on you, put the ball in play. Rocchio, that is his 9th stolen base of the year. Now the infield's moving in a little bit here. You see Cousins trying to bury that slider in. Quan able to just continually hook it foul.
Yankees have Tim Meza up in the bullpen. Infield is in. The farthest back is Torres at second.
I mean, this just goes to show you Quan, his ability to cover so many pitches in and then be able to foul that ball away. Very tough. We talked about, you know, his percentage, the best in baseball, of not striking out.
Two. It's hard to get a ball by him. He does make contact.
Well, if you looked at the 3 last pitches, Mike, you saw one down and in, up and away, and that was up and in. So, I mean, you've seen every quadrant with different pitches, and he's still able to put the bat on the ball.
9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Fouled away. So, big league battle right here between Cousins and Quan. It's over at Citi Field. The Orioles have beaten the Mets 9-5. You can see that score up on the board in right center. Two. Good take there, 3-2 on a pretty nasty slider.
Again, he's tried everything. Up and away, up and in, sliders down and in. I think his best pitch is his slider. You try to go back at it again.
He got him. Quan strikes out. That's a big strikeout for Cousins as he wins that lengthy battle.
Yeah, huge strikeout, and he did. He went back with the slider down and in. He had seen so many of them in the count, but he still waved at this. The movement on his slider to lefties, you see, that's not even close.
With first base open, the Yankees are going to intentionally walk Jose Ramirez. So they want to stay away from a guy who just annually finishes in the top 5 to 7 in MVP voting. And Matt Blake will come out and talk with Cousins about facing Josh Naylor.
Yeah, Naylor, a good guy if you can keep on the ground and turn a double play. But you know what we talked about.
That is now 5 straight ABs. He's been down 0-2.
So they walk Ramirez, obviously. That's the move. Josh Naylor, 0 for 4 tonight. But is that career, Don? Okay, how about this? Josh Naylor's career average with the bases loaded is 348. 348. 1 out. They don't even need a hit. A fly ball gives him the lead.
2 first-place teams. Yankees need a win to stay in first place after the Orioles beat the Mets. The Guardians still have a little breathing room over the Twins and the Royals. They're ahead by 3 in the loss column over both of those teams in the Central. 1-0.
Job. Wells has to know. I mean, that, you know, running on third base is good. His Cousins' slider is, you know, you're going to have to make a play like this once in a while. A good, solid grab there.
Grounded up the middle. Can they get 2? There's 1. The first. It's a double play. They kept him off the board. Naylor with 89 runs batted in. Hits one to Volpe. He gets the second. Fires to first for the double play. And the Yankees have a chance to win in the bottom of the 10th. Soto.
That is the 14th double play Naylor has hit into this season. So on top of the great with the bases loaded, he is apt to do that. And he did the latter. Wow. Wow.
And the airbender.
1 for 9 lifetime against Devin Williams. Seen him the most of any Cardinal. Of course, all that time with the Cubs, too. Got a hit first time ever facing him. None since then. 1-2. Got him, throws him with a fastball right down the middle. He was looking changeup.
Got to respect the airbender. When you do that, this can happen. 95. A lot of late life, too, on that fastball from Devin Williams.
Brendan Donovan. Flight out to all the outfield positions, 0 for 3, and a line drive back up the middle. A base hit. There's the tying run. And Nolan Arenado coming up. And Donovan can run over at first base.
Hey, Wrigley Field is the site. Detroit down by 1, and now they're down by 2. Dansby Swanson goes deep. That's deep, man. That's 15 rows back. Good for him. 3-1 game. And the Cubs, if you're wondering about the wild card situation, long shot. Got to get to 500. And a win tonight will bring them within 2 of 500.
Liner, right field line. Base hit. Donovan touches third. Frelick gets it in. Donovan is held at third. Well, the tying run at third, winning run now at second base for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on here, but you know what? You've got a guy on the mound that's been unhittable at certain times this year. So, you know, I would leave it up to him to see if he can get Juan Soto to swing at that cutter.
Ground ball, second base, 1 away as Torres moves to third.
Emmanuel Clase, considered by many to be the best closer in baseball this season. He's on the mound. The first time this year he's going longer than 1 inning. And standing between the Yankees and a win is going to be, let me get my box score out. Stand by, please. Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham came in for Stanton. He pinch ran, and now he is your DH. So with a couple guys on base and a man on third, a fly ball could win this game.
Grisham, pinch ran for Stanton, was thrown out at home in the 8th inning on the double by Wells. Upstairs, 100-mile-an-hour cutter.
You know, believe it or not, Michael, the easiest way to hit that cutter is to jam yourself, and especially with the infield end, to go the other way. It's a bloop shot.
Outfield is shallow. Left field and center field very shallow. Noel, kind of normal depth, right? Torres doesn't have blazing speed at third. Yankees waiting to jump over that railing and celebrate. And there's a strike at 102. $14 pitches so far for Clase. Judge goes. Popped up. This could be a double play. But getting back is Judge as Naylor makes the play for the second out. Somehow Judge got back. He was really far off the bag.
Yeah, he was taken off. Like I said, I think they'll give you second base here. Nobody's covering, but from there to get that big body all the way back, great read from Aaron Judge.
1-2. Just off the inside corner with that fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No margin for error with the bases loaded.
I mean, that's a very bold strategy, too. After 2 guys are kind of looking for your fastball, now you're showing 3 to Goldschmidt.
2-2. Struck him out. Foul tip held on to by Contreras. 2 away.
PS plus has fallen from 113 to 83. That's 17% lower than the average player. So there's a big spot for him. 1-1. second and third, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 10th of a 3-3 game. One and two. 101 mile per hour cutter.
Basically unhittable right there, Michael. Ball in off the plate at 101. I think Mariano would even be impressed with that one.
And the 1-2. Fouled away. Austin Wells is on deck. Chop slowly to second. Jimenez, and we'll go to the 11th as the Yankees leave 2 on base. No.
1-2, Devin Williams. Fouled it away. He went back heater 96. Gorman was on it.
I mean, a lot of plate with that. He got him on speed with the 96. Now it's the chess game. It's like, well, do I go with the air bender? I've had success on it. Got you to swing and miss at it. That's a very meaty fastball, though. If he does go to the fastball, he needs to pick a different spot.
1-2 again on Gorman. Struck him out. Went back with the old air bender, and Devin Williams gets save number 5. 6 straight wins for Milwaukee, and they hang on 3-2 in St. Louis.
Devin Williams getting his 5th save. Strikes out the side with a single, a double, an intentional walk in between. You could feel the tension. Glad it didn't last. Devin Williams putting the Brewers 6 straight wins, longest winning streak. This is going back to August of last year. How about Frankie Montas?
Devin Williams is, well, he's perfect in save opportunities since he's come back. And above that, Seattle and LA are underway. Walker Buehler on the mound. 2 guys on, 2 out in the opening inning. Last time out was Wednesday in Milwaukee, and Dave Roberts said that Buehler looked out of sync in that outing. He has looked out of sync, and they need him. They really do, if they want to do major damage in the postseason. It would appear that way. 3-2 Milwaukee wins, and they increased that lead over the Cardinals to 12 games.
Another left-handed hitter as the switch hitter Jorge Polanco stands in.
You know, the challenge right now also for Will Smith is to recognize, okay, where are his misses? And even though you have a scouting report on a certain guy, you're going, okay, do I attack that zone? Because if he misses, what does that mean? Because there can be potential damage, or is there another part of the zone that even if he misses, I can minimize that damage?
Raleigh at third, Raley at second, Rosarena at first. Back-to-back curves, and it's 0-2. Now can he find strike 3?
You know, there are times where you look at, like, he understands that he has some movement on his pitches. Sometimes you're like, as a catcher, you're going, let me just sit up down the middle and trust that your natural movement will break to the corner.
Fielder fires 0-2, and a cutter is inside, ball 1. That's the pitch that he used the most against Milwaukee last week.
Not a bad miss, not a bad spot. Now you're getting him thinking that you're not afraid to come in on him.
Tries another 2-strike pitch. It is pulled into right field, a base hit. Raleigh in to score, Raley to score as well. 2-0 Mariners. 4 consecutive 2-out base runners to get Seattle on the board first.
We were just talking about that cutter coming in. Like, why was that a good pitch? Well, now you got him thinking coming in. Now you can set him up to possibly go away. And then they still try to come in, and that just creeped over the plate. We talked about understanding his misses.
Fastball for a high strike. Bobby singled to center in the first inning. doubled off of Adele's glove and scored in the fourth. 2 for 3.
Oh, man.
Line left field, and that's going to go to the wall.
Oh, what a swing.
1 run is home. 7-3 with runners at second and third and nobody out. And Bobby has 3 more hits tonight.
Just missed it. Well, he got the backside of that 84-mile-an-hour changeup, and that was, was laced. Man, oh man, that woke everybody up here. Now we got the RBI guys. Not that Junior isn't an RBI guy. He is, but Pasquantino, he knows what to do here.
Swing and a miss. There's that slider. Noel for the second out.
Again, it just pulls that seam, and it's just great break on that ball. Very tough for righties. And his arm angle, see that ball is on the plate until it reaches Wells' glove. It's kind of changed here now. You see Blake going out there, but Tyler Freeman on second base. You have to really watch him. He's 10 for 16 in stolen bases. Now with 2 outs, that's kind of out of play.
You can still take third, though, because that adds some drama to that slider that might be bounced.
Really have to really be sure if you're on second base in this situation that you know you're getting a good jump. Cousins done a good job so far at changing, you know, the looks, the timing, and holding him close.
Well, Scott Barry had to break up the conference on the mound. Now here is Jimenez.
Garcia scores. Here's Junior, and he's in there. 95 RBIs for Vinny.
For a strike. 0-1.
Yeah, you'd have to show that just enough where that slider, you cannot just sit on it.
One and one. Yankees lost an extra inning game on Sunday in Williamsport. Trying to take this one here in the Bronx. Guy the other way and out of play. 1-2.
He threw that on the outside corner. You don't see him do that to lefties very often. Now he is really set up for that down and in slider to put him away.
One-two. Guardians are 7-3 in extra innings. And the Yankees are 4-7.
Well, that just goes to show you how good their bullpen is. You get to that bullpen late in the game and in extra innings, you know, they're comfortable with anybody.
And I also believe, Paul, although the Yankee bullpen does the job, they allow you to put the ball in play a bit. So they don't have as much swing and miss ability. And when you're starting an extra inning with a runner at second base, you need to make people swing and miss.
Yeah, that's a stat that a lot of people, it was just get guys out. Right. Now, you're right, in extra innings, but that Manfred man, as you call him, you need strikeouts. Both those sliders not his best. Out of the kind of the middle of the plate, something down and in. Should be able to get a swing and a miss for a strikeout.
Tried to go with the fastball, dialing up to 96, and Jimenez was
upper left. Shohei Ohtani facing Bryce Miller. I told you, Ohtani just kills Seattle. Back to the Yanks.
The 2-2. Oh, looked like Barry was going to punch him out, but it's 3-2.
Well, the question is, how do you take this pitch as a hitter? I mean, this ball is a two-seamer coming back to
has just given Boston a 6-5 lead. Durant on base for the 5th time tonight. 4 hits and a walk, and he scores his 3rd run as he hits his 17th home run. Both home runs in this series have gone the other way into the Crawford boxes.
And he's 3-2. And that one gets away from Wells. Freeman moves to 3rd. It's a walk to Jimenez, and now the Guardians have runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Well, it's the same pitch that he got Kwan with, that 3-2 slider down and in, but he bounced this one. Jimenez able to not swing at it. But now, as you said, Michael, with that fastball, you've got a runner on 3rd, and now you really have to be careful if you're Wells to block anything in the dirt.
And here is Schneemann. So that's a walk and the wild pitch. Allows Freeman to go to 3rd. Runner goes. No throw. So Jimenez goes to 2nd. That takes away the force.
Guardians tonight, 2 for 16 with guys in scoring position. And how about 16 left on base? 16 left on base.
This is where you don't want to waste pitches, Michael. You don't want to, it's a dangerous pitch to try to bounce a slider to get a swing and a miss with a man on 3rd. Go with your best stuff. Try to get an out. Get your offense to the plate.
Runners lead off 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs. We're in the 11th. 0-2. 1-2.
33 pitches for Cousins. I mean, again, this is becoming long innings for some of these relievers.
And the pitch. Popped up. Cabrera, long run toward the stands. And he can't make the play. It falls untouched between Cabrera and Verdugo. Looked like Cabrera was calling him off.
Well, it looked like Cabrera was worried about the tarp, but he didn't need to go that far. He kind of did. He kind of waved him off and then kind of lost sight of the ball.
Well, now you give the Guardians an extra swing. That should have been the inning. More work for Cousins. The 1-2. Chopped slowly to 1st. LeMahieu steps on the bag, and that'll do it. Here in the top of the 11th, the Guardians strand 2. Yankees have another chance.
8 shutout innings by the Yankees pen after he left after 3 with an injury. It's break time on Apple TV+.
Cubs lead at 3-1. Hodge fires. In the air, right side, and Horner out onto the grass makes the catch. And with 2 down here in the 9th, before Javi Baez hits this.
This is how it feels.
Yeah, Miller last year threw the 4-seam 60% of the time. It's down around 40% this year, so way less, but it's been way better as the sinker usage has gone up. As we're talking about, he's added that splitter. And in doing those things, the biggest jump that he's made is facing left-handed.
Leave that breaking ball in the inner half.
How about this for a little
drama?
Baez, 2 outs in the 9th, representing the tying run after striking out 3 times.
Swing and a miss. Ball to strike, man at second. And that one dug out of the dirt by Amaya. Baez struggled again this year. 183, the OPS 516, and they just called up their young shortstop prospect Trey Sweeney. 2-2.
A lane changer. Do it again.
Here it comes. Got him.
Hey, welcome back to MLB Beginning, presented by Verilux XR Series. I'm Matt Yaloff, and you're looking at what's going on around the league right now. The Cubs finished off Detroit 3-1, so they climbed within 2 of 500, and their only hope would be the wild card race, it would seem. The Yankees and Guardians, that game 3-3 in the 11th. Cleveland has left 18 men on base. That is the most this year by any club. Yankees can win with a base hit.
From Wells to bunt. Back to first base now, but he was way in on the grass on the first pitch.
Runner at second base. And he tries to bunt and fouls it off.
Now Noel moved all the way back, and then I think that he tried to pull a bunt with him. I think he saw the movement over there.
So Noel takes over at first. Freeman is in center. Schneemann moves from center to right. Outfield is shallow as Herron turns and fakes towards second. Yankees looking to win it right here. And the 1-2. Driven to right field and deep. Going back Schneemann. He's on the track. He leaps and he makes the play. Tagging is Verdugo as he goes to third. Wells hit it right on the screws, but a great play by Schneemann to keep the game alive.
Well, you've seen some great defensive plays from the Guardians tonight, and I'm telling you what, Austin Wells, he can't hit the ball any harder. Both times up. I thought off the bat this had a chance. Tremendous play in right field. Knowing you're going to hit the wall. See, that wall doesn't give, Michael. There's concrete behind it. But again, here we are in that same situation that you had way back in the 3rd or 4th inning, man on third with 1 out. I mean, Wells, you can't swing the bat any better than you have tonight.
All right, Stephen Vogt has decided to intentionally walk Volpe. I don't think that's to set up a double play because Volpe's just going to steal second right now. They just prefer to face DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, DJ's been struggling. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And he is a double play threat if Volpe doesn't go early in the count.
Last homestand, LeMahieu walked it off. Can he do it again on this Tuesday evening? He has struggled all year. Looking for some consistency. Big hits. Fouled off of Herron and out of play.
He came up aggressive, trying to get it over early in the count. Ball down, up and away. Tried to shoot it to right field.
Infield is in. Verdugo's at third. Volpe's at first. Herron flips over. Volpe didn't have a big lead then.
Almost, at this day and age with the 2 throwovers, it gives it a runner an advantage. You almost get a one-way lead. Just get way out there and really catch his attention. Try to draw another throw.
The 0-1. 0-2. This is the walk-off that we spoke about. And that was with 5 infielders for Toronto. And a rare show of emotion from the usual quiet and taciturn DJ LeMahieu. The 0-2, runner goes, swung on and missed. He goes down on strikes as Volpe takes second.
Yankees tonight are 0 for 11 with men in scoring position, so neither team has been what you like to call clutch.
Play probably ends the game.
And here is Oswaldo Cabrera, and he's batting from his weaker side against the lefty Heron. As a switch hitter, sometimes he bats from his stronger side, left against left, not this one. High fly ball, deep left center. Going back is Freeman, and he makes the play to end the 11th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We played 11 full here in the Bronx. The game is tied at 3.
Hit that right side of that hip a little bit firm as he went down into that dive. Kind of took the brunt.
Well, Dubon's had some big swings lately. Pinch hit home run against the Pirates, the 10th inning base hit against the Rays. Last night, a tying hit in the 8th inning. Hits this ball in the left field, playable. Rob Refsnyder puts it away for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, 1 left on. Garcia able to get through the 8th. It's still a 1-run game.
Salvi called for this meeting.
Himself behind, and then he'd get too much of the plate, middle of the plate. And even Dave Roberts who said, out of his hand, they're not necessarily competitive pitches.
Leo Rivas smacks a base hit into right field, and the 9-hitter's aboard.
And the pitch would look, you know, was kind of a ball out of his hand, so hitters would take it early on, just spit on it. And this year, it's a whole lot different. Just look at this pitch going, okay.
We like to keep you updated on what's happening on both coasts and in the middle. So in San Diego, it's 1-0 home team until Ryan Jeffers takes Martin Perez out. Second deck, number 20 on the year for Jeffers. A 2-1 game, still very early at Petco Park. An important game for San Diego as they try to track down LA in the NL West.
Strikes on Victor Robles back at the top of the Mariners lineup. Sharp breaking pitch there. Check swing and no swing. Ball 2. Walker said after the start last week, there's a standard here, and I'm very aware of where I'm at in that standard. Keep plugging away, keep doing the right work, and it'll come together.
And the inning will start with Schneemann at second base. And Lane Thomas is going to pinch hit for Bo Naylor. So they'll go to Austin Hedges behind the plate in the bottom of the inning. And they're calling out somebody from the Yankee dugout. I believe it's about the pitch com. That one works.
Casas, who has been the other Astro killer tonight, the main Astro killer has been Jarren Duran, on base 5 times with a home run to break the tie. But Casas has knocked in 3 runs with a home run in the first inning and also an RBI single in the 4th, and he walked in the 6th. So the 1 and 3 hitters doing almost all the damage here for the Red Sox. They own 6 of the Red Sox 8 hits tonight.
Thomas fouls it away. That's the last man standing in the bullpen, Michael Tonkin. One and one. Guardians got Thomas from the Nationals, but he's gotten off to a poor start with his new team. In 77 games with Washington, he had 253. In 16 games with Cleveland, 113. Last year, he had 28 homers and 20 steals for the Nats. So he's pinch hitting right now, 1-2 count. That's a nice play by Wells.
Yeah, Michael, he has stabbed a couple, and it's just good movement out to the side, kept it in front, kind of caught it with his arm to keep it in front of him. A couple great at bats. He's done a good job off the bench. Probably feels like he played the full game.
The 2-2. Driven out to right field. On the run is Soto. He is not going to get there. It's going to go to the wall. Scoring easily is Schneemann. It's a pinch hit RBI double for Lane Thomas, and the Guardians take a 4-3 lead.
Again, ahead in the count. Give him something he could handle. Ball leaked out over the plate. No movement down. No chance for Soto. Just driven the other way.
Tim Meza, who gave up that base hit in New York. How about this? This is shocking. 36 appearances this season, a 7.71 ERA. 7.71? Rocchio homered, it seems like 5 hours ago or 5 days ago. Cleveland has a lead and nobody out.
It's the bottom of the 12th. Bunted foul up against the screen.
You think and vote what he's thinking. I mean, the 2-run, if you get a runner over here, 2-run lead is a big difference with that runner starting at second base here in extra innings.
Chasing Thomas back.
Slugging percentages in the league this year, and Perez gets a call. Launched to the chagrin of the guys in that third base dugout, and it's 1-2.
Changeup looked to be just below the zone, but as you said, Martin Perez gets the call.
Lewis into left.
It's a base hit. Second time for the Guardians tonight.
Go to third, but nobody's home, and it rolls away. Martin is on his way home. Perez throw, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Manny trying to direct traffic there as Campusano runs him back, and a great quick tag by Machado, who didn't want to see any other movement on the bases behind him. So the Twins get a run, but even with the ball getting away, Pod's able to cut Martin down at the plate.
Yeah, listen, I think Jerickson went to the right base. He didn't have a chance at home because he wasn't able to get behind that baseball. So he made the right decision to go to third. Only problem, there's no one there.
Quan also a threat to bunt. He can get that runner in from third if that's what he so chooses to do, but they've already had the lead, and the count now 2-0 on Quan. Grounded right there to LeMahieu. He goes to second one, and that's all they get. He's got to go back to first. He's leaving first. He thought that LeMahieu touched the bag. He did not. LeMahieu, for some reason, did not touch the bag. He just fired to second. So Quan does reach. Quan was heading back to the dugout thinking it was a double play.
And they tried to deke him into thinking that he did, but watch, DJ just goes right, looks him back, goes to second, and did not step on first and give Opie an opportunity to run him back for a double play. Mesa did a good job of keeping the ball in the infield. Watch Quan, you're right. He assumed that DJ stepped on first base. Oh, well, I better go back.
It looked like LeMahieu reached with the foot, but when he didn't touch first, he decided, well, I'm going to get the out at second. And now Boone's going to use his final guy in the bullpen, Michael Tonkin, to face Jose Ramirez. Kind of reaches out with the foot, doesn't touch the bag, so he gets that force. So Quan reaches on the fielder's choice. Mesa departs. Still first and third. Now one man out. Tonkin, the final Yankee reliever, will come on to face Jose Ramirez. Guardians lead 4-3.
Incrementally more difficult. First pitch to Jansen, misses 1-0. Jansen 0 for 3 with a walk. That's for the 5th time. On a night when Boston didn't have most of their leverage relievers, they've been able to piece things together. Their bullpen, which came in struggling since the All-Star break, has gone 3 innings of shutout baseball, including Luis Garcia, who picked up his first shutout inning in his last 7 appearances. 3-0 the count.
3 straight sliders from Dubin.
There's a strike. Tried to check his swing, and he goes too far. Jansen threw the bat away. He got away with one earlier tonight. Doesn't get away with that one.
See if Dubin can take advantage of it. 3-2 fastball up and in. That was similar to the one he had earlier in the game that wasn't called a strike. This one is.
Two walks in the inning. Leadoff walk.
To 0 for 5 with an intentional walk. How long can you hold a guy like this down? And now more trouble with the pitch com.
We're having pitch com issues tonight, Michael.
A lot of hit com issues too. Yankees want to keep it a 1-run deficit because they get that runner at second to start the bottom of the 12th. Anything more than that, it becomes a very difficult proposition. So Ramirez has struck out 3 times tonight. They're not holding the runner at first. They are allowing Quan to take second. And the Yankees are playing back for the double play, which makes sense. But once he takes second, they're going to have to come in.
As Aaron Boone's deciding right here. I mean, if Quan takes second base, you'll just walk Ramirez anyway.
Right, that's what they're doing. They're almost tempting them to do it.
Yeah.
But as David Cohn always said, well, second base is open. If you don't want to face the Ramirez, just walk him now. And you don't walk him, and he gets a base hit to center field. Run scores. Quan moves to second. It's an RBI single for Ramirez. And it's 5-3 Guardians. That didn't make sense.
Yeah, when you get down 2-0, to Ramirez. I mean, it's a decent pitch, a sinker, but still, there's certain guys you just don't let beat. And Ramirez is that guy.
That's his 101st ribby of the year. And remember, you're not facing Josh Naylor next. You're facing Tyler Freeman. Came in as a pinch runner.
That base hit by Jose Ramirez was the first hit by Juan Ramirez, Naylor, Brennan, Fry. I'm going down the lineup here. They did not have a single hit until that single by Ramirez.
And if you're, 0-2 or something and you miss a pitch, but you can't really give in there and give that type of a hitter a fastball that he can hit.
2-0 count on Freeman. There's a strike from Tonkin, 2-1. Yankees have used 9 pitchers tonight, the most since August of 2021. That was against Seattle. So the 8 relievers and Luis Heel. That one's ripped down the left field line, foul. And what that also does, it impacts tomorrow, how you use tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, you're probably not going to see Clase from the Guardians, but you've got some guys in question marks too. I mean, Cousins threw the ball great tonight, but you've probably lost him for tomorrow.
Two count, 1 man out in the 12th. 3-2.
Jackson Merrill on the bottom right just flew out, but earlier in the game, he did hit safely. I'm checking. I believe it was a double. It was. I mean, he's tearing things up. He's a rookie, 21 years old, an OPS over 800. So the NL Rookie of the Year odds. Paul Skeens, it's provided by BetMGM. Paul Skeens -155. Jackson Merrill just a little bit better than even money. Jackson Chourio +3,000. And Tyler Fitzgerald +4,000. That's for the NL Rookie of the Year provided by BetMGM.
Tonkin has to take care. He can't get thrown out here. And that was a strike. You can see why he's upset. That's not a ball, he said. And it's not, according to the box.
Move that needle a little bit with Scott Berry behind the plate. He was a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah. Well, they really do have to settle down Tonkin because they don't, again, they can't afford to get him thrown out. You'd have a position player pitching.
Okay.
So bases loaded, 1 out, and here's Fry. And a strike. Fry walked in the 6th when he pinch hit for Brennan. He's 0 for 2 since then. Quickly 0-2 on Fry.
You're definitely looking for the strikeout here, which is his slider off the plate away.
Looped into right field. On the run is Soto. He can't get it, and it gets past him, and it rolls all the way to the wall. And that is going to clear the bases as Fry ends up at 3rd, and the game is falling apart for the Yankees. They're down 8-3.
Well, he went with the slider, just didn't have a lot of bite on it, and Fry just reached out there and poked it. Soto gave it an effort going straight across, just didn't come up with it. Once it gets by him, the circus is on. Guys are just going to score after score after score.
Sends one high in the air to center field. All the way back is Duran, and he makes the catch in front of the wall in left center. Jake didn't miss it by much, hitting it over 390 feet or so to left center. Time to reveal the winner of tonight's Chevy Stroh Poll. Speaking of walk-offs, we asked you which was your favorite walk-off in recent times. You got Alex Bregman against the Dodgers. Yainer Diaz last night. Alex gets almost 70% of the vote. Yainer gets 31%. Here's Shea Whitcomb. Whitcomb takes a strike. Shea a double, a walk, and a ground out tonight. Jake didn't miss that by much.
No, he gave it a really good ride, and you're right. It was at 389 feet.
Junior's relay. It is in time. Wow. Boy, man.
Into second with an RBI double goes Polanco. He's knocked in all three for Seattle. And both hits with 2 strikes.
Good as a pinch hitter this season is going to get an at-bat here with 2 outs and nobody on. And out of the dugout, talk to his pitcher is the pitching coach. Andrew Bailey heading out there to talk to Ken.
Never got over there.
Jimenez fouls it back, so 6 runs here in the 12th for the Guardians.
Providing stability behind the plate and also providing some great at-bats. His job right here is to try and extend this game and get the top of the lineup up there with a base runner.
Victor looking for his first career hit against Kenley. He's 0 for 7. He fouls the first pitch back 0-1. The Red Sox bullpen, which has been much maligned since the All-Star break, so far 3 2/3 innings of shutout baseball behind Nick Pivetta tonight. They're only 4 of 16 in save opportunities coming into this game since the break. Caratini lost one into right field. Playable. Tyler O'Neill is there, and he puts it away. The Boston Red Sox have won the middle game of this series, defeating the Astros for the first time this year. That snaps a 7-game winning streak for Houston against the Red Sox, dating back to last season. Astros with a loss.
Well, the Red Sox with that win certainly helped their case, because if Casey loses, they'll only be 3.5 behind Kansas City for a wild card spot. And the other thing is this: the Astros had won 11 of 12. So it's possible by the end of the night that they will be 4 games up on Seattle. It's possible. That would be if Seattle wins. I want you to listen to this, though. On June 18th, which is exactly, I think, almost to the day, 2 months ago. 2 months and 2 days, I'm sorry. They were, Seattle, 10 games up in that division. They may be 4 games out at the end of tonight. That's all I got for you. Hey, we got a break. Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, a little spinner in front of the plate. It's a fair ball. Take it any way you can get it, and right there, that's as good as a strikeout.
Good job by Will Smith. He's just getting that ball, but looking back to third base, recognizing it. And getting the out at first.
Up to Josh Rojas here with 2 out. Rojas grounded to first his first time up. 30-year-old who is a long shot to play any pro baseball. He's now in his 6th year in the big leagues. 2 years of junior college baseball, 2 years at Hawaii. Last-minute tryout that he put together with the Astros, and they drafted him in the 26th round. He was in the big leagues 2 years later. Fouls the first pitch into the glove, strike one. Over to the Mariners at the deadline last year. He's really kind of traded places with Eugenio Suarez, now playing third for the D-backs. 0-1 from Buehler. Tapped along first, an instant replay of Rojas' first at-bat. He's able to strand those 2 runners at second and third. Mariners do get 1 and lead 3-0.
You don't score a run earlier in the game, third base, infield in, nobody out, you don't get a run in. That's huge. And he walked him, and the inning continues. And another thing.
Hey, welcome back to MLB Beginning, presented by Verilux XR Series. Matt Yoloff with you. At the top of the hour, we have a half hour to go in this program, and I know that you're enjoying it. And look what happened in the Yankee game. That was a 3-3 game, obviously. They went to extras. And Cleveland is up by 6 with 2 more guys on base and Lane Thomas at the plate. KC is losing in the 9th. They're going to need something big to come back in that game. And Texas, how about Texas? 10 games under 500 and giving San Diego a tough time in San Diego. Yankee game.
And Thomas goes down on strikes. 6 runs for the Guardians. They lead 9-3, going to the bottom of the 12th.
And Neto hits a bloop to Garcia, but they get 2 important runs in the top of the 9th, and it all started with a leadoff walk.
It's the empty out for out number 2.
Hey, we break away from this game for the minor league premier plays presented by Capital One.
Noble with an immaculate inning. He strikes out the side in a perfect 7th. Pitch grounded left side of the infield, past it Iving Moylan, but Albart's got it. Jump throw to first. Got him! Cheater style into left field.
The 2-2 pinch. Hit high and deep into right by Anthony. That one is not coming back. And Roman Anthony has hit his first AAA home run, a 2-run blast here in the 2nd inning.
And gets one sharply on the ground. Diving play at short by Holy. Throw across the diamond. He got him. Another beautiful defensive play from Max Holy.
And it swung on in line through the right side, a base hit. Welcome to professional baseball, Marco Dinges. And that's the way to get your career started.
The pitch. And Cruz with a drive out towards deep right center field. This is going to be trouble. And it's gone. Opposite field, 3-run homer for Dylan Cruz. He's driven in 4. We're only in the 4th inning.
You know, those guys are 12 years old, and they may be in the majors next year. So Dylan
Under the 2-2 to Shohei Ohtani is lined to right center field. That's headed for the gap. An extra bases for Ohtani. Flying around second. Look at him go. He's got a triple. A sight to behold. Shohei Ohtani galloping around the bases.
Way better job with that upper body staying back long enough. Even if you saw that front hip, it kind of cleared, but his front shoulder stayed closed so he can stay on that off-speed pitch down in the zone. And he
9-3 Guardians, 12th inning. 1-2. So many just misses when you look at the Wells pinch hit double. How close that came to going over the wall for 2 runs. Probably not sitting here in the 12th inning. Skied the other way, giving chase is Kwan toward the line. Ball makes the seats. Runner at third base, nobody out. They don't get the run in. So many things that you can reflect back on and go, well, if only, if only. But they have not scored since that double by Volpe in the 4th inning. Well, we're at 3 hours and 59 minutes for this game right now. And this is the longest game by time in the major leagues this season. Swing and a miss. And at this point, it's a lot longer for the Yankees than it is for the Guardians. So Soto goes down on strikes, 1 away.
Good slider right there. Soto just above it. Frustrated.
So here's Judge. Long time ago, he hit his 45th home run and his 17th first inning home run of the year, setting a new Yankee record, breaking a tie that he was in with Babe Ruth, who did it in 1927. He's 1 away from the major league record of 18 set by Alex Rodriguez back when he was with the Rangers in 2001.
On the bottom right, Bobby Witt trying to extend this game. Kansas City down by 4 in the 9th.
2-1. And the pitch. Hit deep to center field. Going back, Freeman. Still back on the track. It's over his head and up against the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Gleyber Torres. Here's the throw. Torres scores. It's a 2-run double for Judge as the captain keeps the Yankees alive. It's 9-5.
Well, Aaron Judge does what Aaron Judge does. He just continues to hit big hits. And the blowout, a hanging slider, just drills it to center field. Another 2 RBIs.
Well, that is some race going on in the AL Central, and the Royals will lose a little ground if Cleveland holds on here. But look at some of these numbers here. Witt had 3 more hits. Pasquantino, 3 more RBIs. Hey, these guys, Neto with a home run. It was a fun game, but the Royals never got over the hump. So I say this a lot. Enough with the soft schedule. It means nothing.
Judge at second, 1 man out, 2 runs in. It's 9-5 Guardians, bottom of the 12th inning. That one misses off the corner, 2-2. Grisham pinch ran for Stanton in the 8th inning. That's a game or a play that's going to be dissected when he didn't score on the double by Wells. We'll hear about it on the post game with Meredith and Aaron Boone. Also, we'll hear, I'm sure, from Grisham.
Meredith left about an hour and a half ago. She's getting ready, huh?
Hope she didn't really leave.
Where'd she go?
Down in the Camberwell, waiting to do an interview. 2-2. Ground ball to first. Noel flips to Barlow for out number 2 as Judge moves to third.
Ball, 1 strike. It's just the one season with the Mariners, and we've talked about it, but Teoscar never really was comfortable hitting in Seattle. He loved his time with his teammates and the coaching staff. Just never felt like he saw the ball well. On a 1-1 pitch, swings and misses, 1-2. That snowballed on him. You know, he looked up at the video board and he saw his numbers not good. Whole thing just kind of spiraled out of control in his 1 year there. New life here with the Dodgers, and he says surrounded by so much great talent, it's elevated his game. Two on, 2 out on a 1-2 pitch. Hernandez fouls it off.
But sometimes there are just ballparks. For whatever reason, when you step in the batter's box, you're just uncomfortable. Whatever it may be, where you're just picking up.
And the Yankees lose a tough one by a score of 9-5. Luis Gil leaves the game. Lower back stiffness. They leave a lot of opportunities on the bases, and they use every single pitcher in their bullpen. They lose this one 9-5 to start the series with a loss. We'll come back.
Okay, so Cleveland wins 9-5. They went, well, they left 20 men on base. The last 2 times a team has left 20 men on base, it was the Guardians. And the Guardians won both times. In Oakland, we have a home run. Tampa Bay on the board. Oh, Jose Siri, who's been ice cold. He's been so cold, you would have thought he was in like a meat truck. Yeah, like the guy from Goodfellas, Carbone. All right, we have a break for you. Don and research. Very good. A break on Apple TV Plus.
Payoff pitch. Way up there to center field. Robles to finish off the third.
Quickly 0-2.
264 on the year against lefties, hitting 264 on the year.
So by my math, that means against right-handed pitching, he's hitting like about 264.
Very good.
Yeah. Matsui trying to send that number down a tick. Oh. Doesn't get the call. Now 1-2.
On the outside corner, called a ball.
Hit the mid and everything. Kepler lays off the slider, so now 2-2. Kepler born and raised in Germany, went to high school in Florida to develop his baseball talent. And Matsui gets him. Back-to-back Ks for Yuki to start the 7th inning. Let's have a look at Wire Cam, presented by Defy.
Another split to finish the AB. 2 punchies in the 7th here for Matsui.
Trying to keep this game 3.
Hey, welcome back, everyone, to MLB Big Inning, presented by Verilux XR Series. Matt Yaloff with you. A quarter after the hour, and I think all the early games are done. I would hope they're done. And we have West Coast baseball. The game in the upper right is of great importance to San Diego. They're down 3-1. San Diego chasing LA, and that's in the upper left. And LA losing currently to Seattle. What does it all mean? Well, we'll find out when it's over. Walker Buehler on the mound. Fell behind 3-0 early. Still in the game, obviously. And the pitch count, 15th. It's a little high, not terrible. As you see, the Padres currently 3 out. And the Diamondbacks 3.5 out. That will change. Both will change.
Went back to the splitter. Martin seemed wise to it and able to take it for ball 1.
This is where sometimes you have to test the hitter's will. He was able to lay off the first one. Can he lay off another?
Into left field, a base hit. So a 2-out knock for Martin, who's aboard for the 3rd time tonight. A couple of singles and a walk.
They didn't quite get that split down enough. Give Martin some credit. Laid off the tough split, got one that he could handle. Shoots it in the left field for a single.
So top of the order, Manuel Margot, 1 for 3 with a single. Matsui will check on Martin, who was certainly looking runner-ish over there. A lot of moving back and forth. He's stolen 7 bases this season, only been caught twice. 7th inning, 2-run lead. Certainly one of those situations you wouldn't be surprised to see him go. Margot swings and misses at a slider for strike 1.
Second with a double.
You can feel, as far as maybe healthy or maybe the pain-free, but you still also have to get over the doubt. As you see him doing a good job staying inside, getting that, driving that ball to right field.
That's a guy that missed almost 2 full years. Tommy John was August of 2022. First one to Rodriguez. Check swing foul. 10 start coming back. And again, his second Tommy John surgery. First one came right after he finished at Vanderbilt, right around when he was finishing at Vanderbilt. And so high expectations for anybody coming off his second Tommy John surgery. Probably going to be a little bit unrealistic. Now, he'd be the first to tell you, no matter where you lay the expectations, this is not up to his standard. But the point is, I think it's important to continually remind yourself how long this guy was off.
Oh, man, good pitch. He didn't get the call. Yeah. And you can see the frustration there. You can't be frustrated. Hold on, CB.
Dave Roberts sprinting out there to protect his starting pitcher and protect his bullpen in one sprint.
That's a good pitch. Right there, catches the corner. And Walker really wanted that.
Time called as Buehler's going into his delivery, and he right now is not the biggest C.B. Buckner fan. And he's having to deal with one of the best players in baseball here, Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch.
Anytime there's anything, I don't think he even, held up there. But all the fans are like, he went, and especially after not getting that other call.
3-2. And what you're seeing, probably cumulative. Frustrating night, frustrating first 10 starts. Hook down the line towards the pole and foul. That would have been like pouring a whole box of salt into the wound.
Exactly. I'm over here going, get foul, get foul, internally saying that.
Another 3-2 to Julio Rodriguez. Fouls it off his foot.
Nice pitch. There you go. Maybe that's what we need. A little Walker Buehler angry out there. Go out there. Get a little fired. Just go. That had something behind it right there in that movement coming in.
Here comes Buehler. Got under it. Out goes Tommy Edman. He's there for out number 2. Buehler retires Rodriguez for the 3rd time tonight. 2 gone in the 4th. But now it's a guy in Raleigh that has hit him hard both times.
Yeah, and then this will be huge right here for Walker Buehler, especially after that double. Fired up, you're upset at the umpire, and channel that to go out there and get this hitter.
Fastball, strike 1. The left-handed hitters have reached in 7 of their 10 plate appearances tonight.
AL wildcard standings. And I got distracted. Okay, Yankees are now a wild card team because they flip-flop with Baltimore. The Twins, 2nd, and the Royals are 3rd. Red Sox win, so they gain a ground on the Royals. They gain a full game. But then you got the separation. 6 would be very difficult, not because of the number 6, but because of the leapfrog. You'd have to leapfrog the Red Sox and then come in and beat the Royals and the Twins. So I think realistically, let's call it 4 teams in the race for the wild cards.
Patrick Rubin going after a little blink 182.
Been hearing a lot of it lately. It's becoming a theme here at Petco Park.
Manny, a missile. And a tie game. Number 20 for number 13.
One of the few mistakes Ober has made all game long. And he paid in the biggest way possible. Cutter, he wanted it just off the plate. He caught far too much of it. Exit stage left for Manny Machado. 2-run shot ties it at 3 apiece. Home run number 19. RBI 71 and 72.
George Kirby, they're both first-round picks. And then Miller and Brian Wu, who the Dodgers saw last night, they were the 4th-round pick and the 6th-round pick just 3 years ago. Lux down the line, foul. That is one of the fastest ways to contention, to draft starting pitching well. And they have nailed it time and again with this current rotation.
They come up together, impact together.
Went around, strike 2. Alex Vestia is starting to loosen. Connivan's 2-2 on Lux. Got a left-handed hitter in Rayleigh due to lead off the 5th inning. We were talking about Buehler struggling against left-handed hitters especially. So it looks like Vestia may be ready to take over for the 5th. It's Lux starting the Dodger half of the 4th, and he's worked the count full. First time up, fly to center field. You said the same thing you did last night after his first at-bat. Don't change a thing. The swing looked good. See what he does here on this payoff pitch. A drive to right center field. Robles on the run. He's at the track. He leaps. It is still up against the wall. They're saying home run. The ball is on the warning track. I think everybody's confused. Lux is into 3rd with what I believe will be a triple, although he slowed up because the umpire signaled home run.
That's really interesting because you're right. He's talking to Iasonia right now at 3rd base. And then I think Dan and Iasonia might be going, listen, do you go home because we were calling a home run?
Nobody, I mean, the only reason Lux slowed up is because Dan Iasonia had his hand in the air.
Exactly right.
And you don't necessarily blame Iasonia because the ball was wedged up against the bottom of the fence. Did it get over? And
yes,
it did.
It did. Wow.
So did the ball then squeak through the bottom of the wall?
This is a critique review.
I'm not crazy, right? There was a ball laying there in the warning track.
I agree. There was a ball that was thrown in.
Watch this.
Watch this. Where'd it go? Oh, it did. Wow. You're exactly right. It did pop.
What's that game? Like Plinko.
Right. Then at the bottom, we'll see it pop out. Here it comes. There it is. Yeah.
It's like the lottery.
Wow. I've never seen that.
Did you play a number 4? Did you play Gavin Lux's 4th home run in his last 8 games?
Either way, home run, swinging well, another great swing, great effort out there by Robles.
And it's the same story, Nomar, as last night. Good swing without the result first time, but then he gets it.
Right, he got a fastball in his first at-bat just like this, and we said he just missed it. Trust your swing is right there. Don't have to change a thing. Gets the fastball again, and drives it out of the ballpark.
Can you believe that?
He's like, I mean, just, you know, it's nice to get a home run. Like, okay, there. That's what really makes it.
Tell me that was not something from miniature golf, where you get it in the hole and it comes out the tube right near the hole. The big recap: the Guardians 6 runs scored in the 12th inning to beat the Yankees. At the same time, they left 20 guys on base. More on that in a second. Jarren Duran, this guy is a playa. 4 hits, home run, 2 RBIs, 3 runs. Boston wins at Houston. And the Braves, Reynaldo Lopez, he'd been out a while. He came back and struck out 10 in his return from the IL. And Marcelo Ozuna, home run number 37 on the season. Upcoming schedule tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Yours truly will be on that show. Thursday, 7:30. We're all over the map. 8:30 on Friday. You know what? Take a screenshot. I'm tired of talking about it. So, okay, the miniature golf thing, nailed it. Secondly, you ready? Now try to follow. The Guardians win. Since 1900, they are only the 3rd team to leave 20 or more on base and win by 4 or more. There's a stat for everything. And we thank everyone who worked on the show. We thank you for watching on MLB.TV, Apple TV Plus, and MLB Network this evening. I'm Matt Yeloff. Have a great night. Carbone was the line of the night by Don in research. Take care.
Springer lifts a high fly ball to left field, and it is his second home run of the night.
Ozuna to deep center field. Goodbye. A big fly for the Big Bear.
Manny, a missile. And a tie game. Number 20 for number 13.
In the air left field. That one well struck on its way. Out of here. Dansby Swanson gets into one.
Duran swinging away and a fly ball into left field. Dubon is back. He's turning around. And that ball's gone. Home run. Jarren Duran.